with Cleopatra will help you awaken the best version of you. Empower life with Cleopatra. Empower life with Cleopatra.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Empower Life with Cleopatra. I cannot believe I already what people are joining already. Well done, guys. Well done. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. If you are in the chat, please put something in the chat for me. Let me know you're here, darlings. Let me know you're here. I am so fired up tonight. I'm so excited because we have an amazing guest tonight that you are going to really love as she shares her story. So if you're in the chat, put something in the chat for me and let me know you're here. Let me know you are here. Welcome, guys. I have something already on the chat. I have a question already on the chat, and I'm asking, have you or someone you know ever faced a situation that tried to steal your voice? What does thriving mean after you overcome a personal storm or after overcoming a personal storm? If you've been a victim of domestic abuse, whether it's a man or a woman, because yes, men go through it as well, right? It's not just women. So whether you're a man or a woman going through this, please put something in the chat. Hi, Cindy, my darling, my sister from another mother, girl. Thank you for joining. Hi, Colin. Thank you so much for joining, Collins. Thank you, Cindy Collins, and many more who are coming on the show. Just keep joining, keep joining. Let me just start right away because I don't want to keep you guys, but there's so much to just go through tonight, to share tonight. So I'm just going to start, first of all, by saying welcome once again. Welcome to Empower Life with Cleopatra. I'm your host, Cleopatra, and tonight's show is one that matters deeply. It's about survival, it's about courage, and most of all, it's about hope. If you haven't already, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share this episode with someone who needs to hear this, right? To my regulars, you know who you are, the Cindy's of this world, the Maureen's, the Collins, the Robins of this world, and everyone else who joins. You guys, you know who you are. I can't possibly mention everyone. Just thank you. My virtual co-host, thank you. I look forward to your comments in the chat tonight. Now, if you want to be a physical co-host, like Cindy is going to be soon, you don't have to get up from where you are. You can just let me know, send an email to empowerlifewithcleopatra@gmail.com, and I'll send you a link, a special link, and you can join me on the show. Now, if you have any stories to share, if you have any confessions to make, like I always say, confessions is good for the soul. So if you got any confessions to make, if you want to get anything off your chest at all, also reach out to me on empowerlifewithcleopatra@gmail.com, one word. Now, if you want to be anonymous as well, definitely we will make that happen as well. And if you're going to be watching this show later, can I please encourage you to watch this show to the end? That way the YouTube algorithm will recommend it to somebody else. All right. Now, if you also want a different content, or you want a variety of contents that you feel that we need to show, all you need to do also will be to reach out to me on empowerlifewithcleopatra@gmail.com, and we will make that happen as well. Now, tonight could be the beginning of someone's healing. I really believe that. So our guest is someone whose name will stick with you for a long time after this show. Her name is Gift Oluchi Eke. I hope I pronounced the name very well. A woman who has walked through the darkest valleys of domestic abuse and emerged victorious and thriving. Today, she opens her heart to share her incredible journey of pain, courage, healing, and hope. Gift is originally from Imo State, Nigeria. She's a dynamic businesswoman. She's a born again Christian who's sold out for the Lord. She's a devoted classroom teacher. and she's someone who has a passion for cooking. Honestly, she's a great cook too. She dreams of one day opening her own restaurants, and it's a vision that I'm sure and I know by the grace of God she would absolutely achieve because she's such a go-getter. Gift holds a national diploma in home economics from the prestigious Ahmadu University, Zaria. I'm sure she can speak Hausa as well. She's a proud mother of four amazing children, three boys and one beautiful girl. When she's not working or cooking, she loves to sing and she loves to watch football. I don't know how you can do that because, Lord, help me to watch football as well because I don't know. And she also loves to watch the movies as well. Gift's life changed dramatically when she found strength to walk away from a very abusive relationship, an abusive marriage, even. 5 years ago, she did that. She walked away from her marriage. Since then, she has been thriving. She's been rebuilding her confidence, embracing her identity, and she's inspiring other people who may still be suffering in silence. So, Gift, thank you so much for being here. Honestly, it's such a pleasure to have you. Tell us a bit about yourself, your background, how you grew up, maybe your family or whatever, and then tell us how you got into the relationship and what happened afterwards. I'm just going to leave the floor open for you to just speak and just let it out. Maureen, thank you for joining. God bless you. Mwah. Thank you, sis. Gift, please take it away.
Wow. Good evening, everybody. I don't know the country you are staying, whether evening or morning. My greetings to everyone. I'm glad I'm privileged to be here. This is something I never dreamed of happening, but God chose it to be, and I know it's for a purpose. And anyone out there who is going through, or who is yet to go through, or who has seen or been through what I've been through, it is not too late. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Gift Oluchi Eke. I'm from Imo State, as our host have said. I was born and brought up in Kano State, Nigeria. We are seven in number. My father gave birth to. I'm the fifth born. And from my childhood, I am a very hardworking. In fact, I am the cook, the everything in the house. Anything you want to do, just call me. The only thing I would do is to bill you and you pay me. So I'm always up and doing from my childhood. I started doing business at the age of 6 without my parents' concept. I started selling granola behind their back.
Wow.
That's aside. So I grew up with my parents and my family. We are very peaceful. In fact, for the 4 years I stayed with my parents before my daddy died, I never one day saw my dad and my mom having exchange of words, talk less of having any disputes. At the time, we were like trying to find out if these people are not of the same father and the same mother. This one that the tongue cannot bite the teeth and the teeth cannot bite the tongue. But we never knew their secrets until my dad died. And I walked to my mom. My dad died before I got married. And then I was still in my abusive marriage. So I walked to my mom and I asked her, I said, Mom, how did you do it? Because I can see your marriage is peaceful, blissful, but mine is not working out. And I want to know the secrets. Maybe I will apply the same in mine. My mom looked at me and said, My daughter, Mia and your father do have misunderstanding. But one thing of they do, no matter what happens, they will settle it immediately. In fact, both of them beat together every night till my dad died. They never separate from each other. At the time, there was one particular time my dad would wake up very angry. I was like, why is this man face like this? And I asked my mom, those days that my dad used to be angry, what happened? That's when she broke it to me that my mom had family planning, that whenever my dad is having normal husband and wife stuff, in the morning my dad will not feel comfortable because the thing was not properly done. So he will have some injuries on him. But lo and behold, when they wake up, they will still be together and be happy. So, and I told my mom, how did you do it? She said, even when we do ask my mom, why is my dad angry? My dad will say, is it your wife? When I go to my mom will say, is it your husband? So there was no time for any dispute and nobody came to settle both of them. They were in peace before he laid to rest. So that aside, I grew up from a peaceful home. So I can't tell you that maybe what happened in my home is reflecting, happened in my family is reflecting in my home. No, it's not from my foundation. But I know something went wrong somewhere. So I met this man some time ago on the 11th, on April 15th, on a youth convention. Being a church girl, devoted to God, we met in a youth convention. Lo and behold, within 1 week, he came to me and proposed. There was no time for courtship. And he's not staying in the same state where I am. So he came from another different state for the youth convention. So I took some time, let me read about it. I never seek the face of God. I didn't make any inquiry, but I was desperate for marriage because time and coupled with family issues, everybody has to be independent on their own. So okay, maybe it's time since we met in the church. So I saw him like a Christian, which I am. And when we met, he told me he has a calling. I said, wonderful. A devoted sister and a born again pastor or yet to be a pastor brother. It could work out. So that would build a good home. That is how we entered the journey without inquiry, without prayers. Though I had some pastors who knew him from where he's coming from, and I asked them, "Did you know this brother?" They gave me full assurance that he's a good brother. They have been working with him. He's a very devoted brother in church and all that. So we tied the knot on the 17th of February 2007, lawfully wedded. Just few weeks after the wedding, when we went back to where he's staying, because we wedded in my own state, the state where I reside. So I have to move to state after the wedding. I never knew the person I'm seeing physically is not a so joke. That fateful evening, I was sitting down in the sitting room trying to watch a movie. And lo and behold, he came in and said he want to hear the latest news, whatever news line and all that. So I gave him the remote. He switched the channel to the news he wants to watch. As I left the room, the sitting room to the room to go and fix other things. After I gave him some time, he finished watching his channel and left. I came to the parlor, sitting room, and changed to the channel that I was watching before he came in. After some seconds, the next thing I heard on my face was a slap. It was like a movie. I said, "What? Why?" He said, "In African setting, the woman does not have any right to do anything without their husband concept. And as a matter of fact, because he has put the channel where he wants to watch, it will still remain there, whether today or tomorrow, whichever. I don't have any choice." That night was not funny. I have to look for a way to go outside and call my mom. "Mom, is this marriage?" My mom told me, "Calm down, we are just starting." And that was the beginning of the crisis. We were married for 15 years. I stayed in that 15 years with a lot of abuse, a lot of violence that almost took my life. My 4 kids were all through cesarean operation. In fact, three of them, he was never present to sign the concept of that. I don't know, maybe he thought he wanted me to die in theater or what, I don't know. But I have a very big God who's always by my side. He always sent the angel to me in the theater, and God has been faithful. I don't know where to start from because the violence was so much that we have been to the station countless times. I can't count. Like, let me just give it a number 10. Countless time, and he has signed undertaking several times just to see that and the storm will stop. And at the beginning, let me not be biased. Nobody is perfect. I know I have some flaws. I did some mistakes. I started with nagging because I married the Holy Ghost filled brother. Why will he be cheating on me? Why will he be having affairs outside the marriage? So being naive and a young girl at that age, I was intruding into his phone. Let me confess. I was checking his message, reading his WhatsApp, all that. So I saw a lot of things that took me off my feet. So I started nagging. I nagged. I did. And I did that because I loved him. I did. I love him with the whole of my heart. I never knew he could cheat on me. Not one, not two, even wanted to try my own sister.
But he's a Christian. He's a born again Christian.
Ma, he's, as I'm speaking with you, he's still in the church serving. So it was not funny. So after I discovered that the nagging was bringing a lot of issues, I have to put it aside and work on myself and see if this could work. I gave it my 100%. Meanwhile, I was working in the bank before we met. This man, I remember if somebody asked him, how much do you have before the wedding, for the marriage, for the wedding, how much do you have in your account before the wedding? And he told that particular man 30,000 naira as at 2007. And the man said, and you want to marry a banker? How is it going to happen? But everything went on successfully. God took control of the wedding, and I married him just with a mattress. There's something we call rechargeable lantern. Those days that has a radio by the side and a light and a cupboard. That was what I met in his house when I came. As a matter of fact, when my mom came to visit, she was crying. She said, my daughter, you were eating before. Now you came to where there is no food. And I told her, Mom, that you are seeing today, you don't know what tomorrow will be. So we built our home together. We bought land, we had a structure all together. He told me to resign from the bank because he wants a full housewife. He likes food and he wants it fresh. I can wake up as early as 4 a.m. to prepare his meal because you don't have to waste up except you want to cry that particular day. And if he didn't beat you, he will reject the food. So all I do was let me wake up and make the food the way he wants it. So every morning he will wake up and tell me, this is what I want to eat, as if I was nursing a baby. At the time, I was like, are we doing a mugo? Why is this every today is beans and plantain, tomorrow is abacha? Just giving me a lot of work with nursing baby, all those things, but never mind. God has been faithful. I started working from my father's house. I became so strong from my father's house. So that of his stress and everything, I was able to withstand it. And what I wanted was a happy home. But I didn't see the happy home at all. I had a lot of issues. In fact, the whole church members knew of our crisis. We have been to all manner of families to resolve issues. Pastors have come to try to resolve the problem. If we settle today, tomorrow, another new devil will come in. So it was not working at all. As a matter of fact, I said, I have run out of my home 5 good times just for sake to have days to cool off sometime and go to a member's house to stay for 2 days or 3 days where he cannot find me so that I will leave, so that he will not see my presence. But it didn't solve the problem. I can remember there was one particular day. I don't want to remember all the incident that happened because I don't want to break down right now because I've been healed. I try to bury everything because they are much. There has been no month without abuse. No month. In short, somebody asked me one day, then how do you people used to have an intercourse for you to have a baby if you always have problem?
Exactly.
And I told him, I said, sir, the day we will reconcile, that's the day we will have it. And when we have it, before you know it, I'm pregnant. But the good thing of it is that all my children, I do give a gap of 5 years, 4 years in between. I have a lot of time to rest. So sometimes we can stay in the house for 6 months. without talking to each other. We became roommates. Don't cross my path, I will not cross your path. It was not funny. At the time, he threw my bag out of the house and told me that he doesn't want to see me. You know, one thing about love, when the love is dead, it takes a lot of time to revive it again. And in a marriage where there is no love, no communication, I don't think we can call that marriage any longer because we are not enemies. And enemies can harm each other anytime. So that fateful day, he came in and threw my bags out of his room. I said I should go to the children's room to stay. I quickly picked the boxes and moved to the kids' room. I stayed there for 3 weeks. He got tired. Maybe he needs I ran to the pastor. Pastor, my wife have left the room. He's not staying in the same room with me. Come and talk to her. And that and that and that. Pastor invited us. I said, Pastor, ask my bag away. He wanted to eat. And Pastor said, okay, to come back to the room. He said, yes. I said, Pastor, the room is locked. I will only come open. Meanwhile, I want peace. I want my well-being. So Pastor told him to open the door. Lo and behold, he came. He didn't open the door. He came back, dressed up, and left. Normally, he stays out late, and that's not my problem. So when he left, I have to go back to the room where I normally stay because it's already night. I need to sleep. So I lay down around 2 a.m. He came back, and where I was lying, I never knew he was back. So he forcefully kicked the door without opening it. The lock of the door opened. He's a very strong man. When I say strong man, at time I used to say that there is this beast that come on him whenever he wants to act. So he's muscular, he has the strength, I can't stand him. So when he pushed the door, there is a plank by the side of the room there. He just used the plank on me, on my back. And that day I was tying wrapper. So there was no time for me to gather my wrapper and cover my nakedness or what that. So I jacked up with fear and trembling, forgetting that I was naked. The children came in, neighbors ran in because the heat was much. It was my neighbor that had to go and call the police before somebody would die. At the end of the day, we ended up in the police and I was taken to the hospital. I got treated there and there. You know, Nigeria police, everything is all about money. Money controls power. So he always have his way. We are not customers in the police station. Let me be frank with you. We are customers. Whenever they see us, they have started again. And they are not ready to charge the case to court or to look for a lasting solution. All they are after is their settlement because you always give them money. And they will tell me, Madam, Kia Akuri, sorry, let me use the language. Kia Akuri means sorry. And that's just it. But it has not solved the problem yet. So at the time, I was like, what will I do? One fateful day, a woman called me, a policewoman. She said, my daughter, don't you have a family? I said, I do. She said, if you don't want to go back to your family and you don't want to leave the marriage, can't you defend yourself? That word came on me. I said, wow, I think that's another option. Maybe let me try that formula because I don't want to leave yet. For the sake of my kids, and this now I'm no more working. I'm always in the shop selling for him. I don't have anything on me to start my life afresh. So this fear of independency is there. There is no how for me to live. So I have to take a decision of trying to defend myself. So what I do is every day, sorry to say this, I always have a weapon beside me in case anything happens
Wow.
because I want to. I keep weapons, but I never pray to use them on him. It's just to scare him. At least when he's coming and he see that I'm prepared, he could walk away. But a day came that he was not afraid of God. This auntie from Sokoto, who always called me every day, she took it upon herself to always check on me to see if I'm still alive. I don't know how she does it. Every day she calls me, Gift, are you still alive? Are you still there? Won't you leave? I'll tell her, Auntie, calm down now. With God, all things are possible. Let's keep praying, you know. I will like ginger her, and she'll like, I'm telling you. I said, okay, fine. I will think about it. So that day she called me. I was lying down on the bed. While I was on phone with her talking, I never knew he was by the door. He just came in right where I was lying down and held my neck. I will kill you. It's only death that can separate you and I. I will kill you. He said that in 4 good times. I was still on call. I never knew my auntie was recording that incident. I never knew. So after I managed to lose him out of my neck, I stood up and ran out of the house. The auntie called me back. He said, Gift, what happened? I said, I was with you on call. Nothing happened. I was surprised to see him in the room holding me on my knees. She said, hold on. She sent the record to me. I said, who asked you to do that? He said, no, that she has to do it. Oh, it's an evidence. I should get a lawyer or whatever and leave that place immediately. I didn't listen to her, ma. She talked that, okay, I said, let me go and report to any authority, human rights. So I walked out that day and went to the human rights office, laid my complaint. At the end of the day, man, nothing happened. Nothing. I can say nothing because I was not financially buoyant. I don't have money. So who will speak for me? Who will fight for me? No one. You know, kept holding. It was not easy. At times, I tried suicide 3 times, and God always sent someone to come and rescue me. There was a day I almost took Pia. It's a chemical. I didn't know he's by the window side. He said, take it and die. What are you waiting for? That was what he said to me. I said, what?
Or tapia,
You're telling me
right?
to
You
take
said.
it? Yes. He said that he saw me when I took it. I said, I should take it and die. I threw the thing away. I said, no, 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 I will not die. It's not yet time. I'm not going to die. No one can make me kill myself. I refused. Before I knew it, after 3 days, I called him. I sat him down and said, oh, God, what do you want? How do you want it? What will I do to please you? I prayed before I got married. I said, I want to have a peaceful home. I want to have a happy home where people will come to learn from me. That was my prayer. While I was talking with him, he just used his fist and hit me on my forehead. There and there, I couldn't see any longer. My eyes, as if it was closed. I didn't know my face had increased, it's swollen. He fell on the ground and started crying that I've killed my wife. I didn't know what was going on because it was 360 on my head at that time. Unexpected blow from a strong man. So when he started crying, he was like, I've killed my wife, I've killed my wife. This was happening around 9 when my children already sleep. He ran to the room and get an ice and place it on my head. I said, allow me to see a picture of what is going on. I can't see, my head's already heavy. He didn't allow me to see the mirror until the next morning. When I look at the mirror, I was disfigured. He gave me, he transferred money to my account. He said, what do I want? What do you want me to buy for you? Don't tell your family member. Don't go out for 2 weeks until this wound heal. If your kids ask you, tell them that you had a home accident. I did all he said just to make him happy. I was indoor for 2 good weeks. 2 weeks. I never said it to my family. They will only hear it on this platform because I've not said it to anybody except today. After the 2 weeks, I got healed. And I tried to find out what could be the problem. Am I that ugly? Am I out of shape? Am I not domestical? What is it? I have tried everything, every damn thing. I have seen people go to learn from people what they are using, the way they are making their marriage work. A pastor walked to me and said, Gift, you were laughing and crying. What is it? I said, Daddy, I'm okay. He didn't agree. He came to the house. And that fateful day, he was at home. So he engaged two of us and was talking to two of us. I said, Daddy, I'm fine because I don't like exposing my family issues outside, except if you get to know. That's why today, as I'm talking to you right now, many people are angry with me because I hardly tell you my story. I believe all is well. So while he was talking, and he now said, Gift, speak up. What is it doing that you don't like? Or do you have any challenge? Are you happy with where you are? Only for me to say a little of what he is doing to me. He slapped me in the presence of the pastor. I got a sweet, hot slap that the pastor has to carry his Bible around him. He became scared. Maybe he will slap him too. That day, the pastor left and called me. He said, My daughter, I will not lie to you. Leave when you had the opportunity. I said, Daddy, I'm not going anywhere. At the end of the day, it's okay, since you are not going, let me give you a movie to watch. Maybe it could help you. He asked me to sit down. He on the laptop and put on this War Room. There's a movie called War Room.
Yeah.
He asked me to watch it. That it could help me. It's okay. That I sat down, I watched it. I went back and raised my own altar in the house. I was praying day and night. At the time, I developed ulcer because I don't eat. I'm always fasting. What I'm telling you today, I put on 110 to see this thing work. Yet, nothing is happening. I became confused to the extent that a particular day came when I gave birth to my last baby. He's a boy. He always give my daughter alcohol, which she was 5 then. So anytime he comes back, he will offer her a glass of alcohol, a 5 years old girl. And the girl always complain, Mom, anytime I take this thing, I used to feel this, my eye between me like this, that she was explaining. I said, then if he calls you and offer you this thing, can't you say, you don't know, as a child, he's not that wise at that time. Tell daddy that I don't like it or I don't want it. She said, okay. That fateful day, he came back and offered her a glass of that alcohol. And she said, Daddy, no. He said, why? The girl said, no, mommy
Oh
said
boy.
it's not good. That mommy said it's not good. Puts me in trouble. I didn't know what happened. I was sitting breastfeeding my baby when this man came and unleashed the devil on me. I decided to run out of the house. While I was running out, he just dragged me and flinged me inside the sitting room. And then it was just 1 month of delivery, 3 years. I've not fully healed. I fell down on the floor with my tummy. My legs seized. That day I thought I was going to die. I almost passed to the other side. I started screaming, my legs, my tummy, my waist, everywhere. Thank God my kids, I always tell them my password. I always tell them whatever I'm doing, anywhere I'm going, in case I don't make it the next day, so that they were able to testify what I'm going through. So that day, my kids pick up my phone. I started calling all the contacts in my phone that their mommy is dead. He was right before. I'm not going to help you up. I couldn't stand. Crawl because my kids could not carry me and he couldn't allow them to help me up. So I crawled because we are staying upstairs. I crawl and roll on the step till I got to the gate. Started screaming before
I'm so
people
sorry,
came and
sweetheart.
carried me to the hospital. On getting to the hospital, they have to run scan to check the scar, whether it has opened. To God be the glory. It was just fracture and all that. I was injected for pain relief and all that. They asked me to stay in the hospital for admission for 2 days. I said, no, I have a nursing baby. And as a matter of fact, my children are crying at home that their mom is dead. So I cannot stay in the hospital. At that time, I wasn't thinking of my own well-being. I was thinking of my children. I was thinking, let me stay for them. But I didn't know what I knew now. All this happened. A lot, ma. A lot happened. A lot. Is it the one that he took his treasure box where he keeps his money to the station and asked them to come and arrest me that I stole his money, over 100,000 naira? And when the police came, they detained me with my nursing baby. They put me behind the counter that I stole his money.
Wow.
I told them I want to do one thing. They said, what? I said, can I go outside? They said, yes. I took my baby and lay him on the floor by the roadside. And I said to them, if I took this money, may I never find anything good in this life. But if I don't, this grant and this baby will judge. I took up my baby and the DPO looked at me and looked at him and said, Oga, this woman is innocent. Go and look for your money. That was when he realized that what he was doing was wrong. He only wanted to lay the allegation on me so that I will end up in detention. So all this, could it be love or could it be, I don't know what I could term it. A lot. There are too many to talk about. But at the end of it, I have run to Lagos for months. He never came looking for me and the kids. We have been to members' house. We stayed for 3 months. He never came looking for us. So I now found, I said, that even if we are dead, this man will not care. I better do something. So the last incident that happened wanted to take us to the village, was in the village. I was locked up in the house for 1 good month. My phone was taken out from me. I can't communicate. I can't go to church. I can't see anybody. Only because I want to be a married woman. This is somebody. I obeyed him and stayed in that room for 1 month. But that fateful day, he said, oh yeah, everybody carry your bag. We are moving to the village. I said, okay. I followed him. I entered the car. On our way going, something just came on me and said, speak up. I said, Oga, if we get to the next checkpoint and you didn't give me my phone or call my family that I'm still alive, I'm going to raise an alarm and I will call you a kidnapper. That was when he now said, okay, let me call your elder brother. He now called my brother and said, he has fully paid my dowry. I'm his wife. So for that reason, he will do with me whatsoever he wants to do with me.
Oh gosh. Uh
I said, okay. I think, are you there, ma?
yeah, I'm here now. Yeah, you went off for a
I
little
think
while, but carry on.
it's a network. My
Yeah.
elder brother said, I think we should look for a solution and to rescue me from the park where we are going to enter the bus. Or getting to the park, lo and behold, I met my elder sister who came to rescue me. That was the day I got freedom. That was the day I got saved. I don't know, maybe I would have been in the grave right now, or my story, or nobody will remember one gift Oluchi existed. That was where I left. And I made up my mind that enough is enough. I may not have this opportunity any longer. I may not have the privilege to be alive again. I think it's the right time. That is how I left up to today. My properties are still in the house. I filed the case on the court. He bought my lawyer over. The human rights could not help me. They told me, why am I complaining that he's beating me? How many women have been going through more dangerous violence in their home, yet they still stay there
This is
after he
human
has
rights
paid them?
telling you this, right? This is human rights
Human
telling you
rights
this.
said this to me, yes, because I gave them all the evidence. They saw it. It was so obvious that this is a serious domestic violence that need to save my life. What they told him was to seize my phone, and they deleted every information I have in my phone so that I will not have any evidence against him. That is the word we are today. No justice. So I discovered that all I'm doing is a waste. Let me run to God, because God is the author and the finisher of my faith. My help comes from him. So I left every judiciary, a lawyer, police, human rights, face my children and face my God. And today I'm alive. I
Hmm.
have peace. Nobody have laid hand on me. Nobody have try to molest me and tell me I'm worthless, I'm useless, nothing good will come out of me. He said I will suffer and die. He told me that I will come crawling to beg him. And I said to his friends, I said, the next time you will see me, I will be 10 times better than what I used to be. I didn't know that it's going to happen. But today, people look at me and say, are you in this country? Are you the person we used to know? God have really changed my life. The most important thing is I have peace, which is more valuable than anything. I may not
Money,
have the
money
money, but
can't buy peace. Yep.
I
Yep.
have peace, I have joy, I have happiness. I have my kids all around me. I'm happy, I have children. I'm a proud mother. Some are looking for one, but God gave me four. Four, not one, three boys and a girl. And since then, He never cared about their education. I've seen two of my kids out of secondary school all alone. I have to sell food. There's no kind of business I don't do. What are you selling? Bring it, I will sell it for you. What is that? Is it earpiece that you are selling? I will sell it for you. I do anything that is legal just to put food on the table. And today God has the food. So I don't have a particular business right now. What I do is whatever I see that it's moving, that people are buying, is it Gary? Is it crayfish? What is it? I'm ready as long as I will have something at the end of the day. And that kept me going. And today I can pay for my children's school fees, pay for their medical bills, feed them 3 square meal a day. God has been faithful. And I thank God. I want to appreciate you, Ma, for this platform. Though it's opening up my wounds, but I know it's going to save someone out there.
I
Thank you so much, Ma.
honestly, I have no words. I really and truly, like, words fail me. Like, for you to have gone through so first of all, let me even go back to the very beginning. Did you do any background checks on him before you decided to marry him? Did you find out anything about him? Did you
No,
ask him what
that was
happened to his
nothing
last
like
relationship or anything like that?
that. No, I only did that after I'm already inside the marriage.
Mm.
Before the marriage.
Well, you know what? Even if you had done that, even if you had asked him what happened to his last relationship, he will lie anyway. He will not tell you he was a girlfriend or wife beater or whatever. Anyway, and with regards to the background checks, I guess when people are in love and maybe they are desperate to get married, they would, especially if they're Christians, they met them in church and they hold a position in church. You're thinking, oh, this is a man of God. He fears the Lord, so he would be a good husband. They would not think that you know the man can be abusive. Wow. 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 Let me look at what's in the chat. There's been so many comments. Thank you so much, my virtual co-hosts in the chats, for all your comments so far. First one was from Cindy. Cindy said, "No one is perfect. Making mistakes and all does not warrant making mistakes and all does not warrant a feast reception. Men who use their feast are cowards and bullies." 100% sis. I totally agree. Maureen Lyokun, thanks so much for joining. She says, "For a lady's peace of mind, it's never advisable to check a man's phone. That's a no-no." Yeah, we know that. We know that. Oh, that's another thing. Before I carry on,
Yeah.
did you did you know his girlfriends, or if he was cheating, did you ever get to talk to any of them or meet any of them, or anything happened with that?
What really happened is let me be truthful. I tried calling like two people. Yeah. When I took their contact from my phone, the first lady was aggressive. The second one told me she never knew he was married. And as a matter of fact, that she wants to be my friend. So she was tricking him, collecting money from him and giving me to take care of the children.
Oh, wow.
Seriously, seriously. So anytime he wants to meet with her, she will call me. He said he's coming. Should I go? I said, go on. Yeah, it's your day. So she will said no, that she didn't want to see him, but she's going to collect money from him and she will send the money to me. She gave me every proof that they never dated. but he was after her.
Wow. That's a good
Yes, ma'am.
woman.
So I know the error I did was to check the phone. Yes, but when I realized my mistake, I have to sit up and work on myself.
Mm, wow. Ben says interesting, and like me, he says wow. Yes, indeed, wow. And Cindy says it's unfortunate that a lot of women miss or ignore the red flags before marriage because they have been blinded by love. A broken relationship is better than a broken marriage, 100%. And then she
Correct.
continues,
Yeah.
you are blessed to escape your with your life intact, she says. Not many are that lucky as they live in the body bags, which is very true. Maureen says,
True.
wow, so sorry you had to put up with such a physical and psychological abuse. 6 months without speaking to one's spouse is a form of emotional abuse, and it's not healthy at all. I agree. And sometimes emotional abuse is even worse than physical abuse sometimes.
Worst, of course,
Yeah,
of course.
because passive aggressiveness is
Mm.
crazy. And Cindy says, your future for future listeners who are yet to marry, watch out for red flags and flee once you identify them. Sometimes friends easily notice this, but the person who is so in love will not listen, which is very true. And then
Correct. It's true, ma'am.
yeah. And then the other Maureen, because we've got two Maureen's in the chat. The other Maureen says, what an abusive marriage you had to go through, which is true. And Cindy says, also, the church needs to review the way they handle domestic violence. The church
Mm.
sometimes enable these abusers in the name of being a Christian, and it's a sin to divorce. That's what they always say. Is that God hates divorce? God hates divorce. And then she says,
Yes.
I think we need to understand properly what the Bible says about marriage, really understand the heart of the Father. Do you have any comments so far with what they have said? And then I can continue later.
Concerning the church aspect, I would attest to that because I'm a living faith member. Sorry for calling the name of my church.
That's
So we
okay.
do have pastors that comes and go. And as I said before, virtual most member in my church know my story. And every pastor that comes across the state will always come to settle the issue and all that. But I discovered something lately that these pastors, I don't know whether it's the same God I'm serving, they are serving. They will see the black and still call it red just because somebody is giving them offering or tithe. Because at a time, I will run to the pastor and say, Pastor, this is this. He will tell me, be a mumu for Jesus and stay there. Yes. Recently, the pastor in the state where he is called and was trying to tell me what and what about my kids. I told him, Pastor, if it were your own kids, will you have treated them that way? Do you know what it means to be absent in the life of your children? Meanwhile, somebody is taking care of them and you want them to recognize you as a father. You don't know if they are schooling or not. You don't know if they are feeding. And this man I'm talking about, I'm the type that I try to play my own part. I don't care whether you are playing yours or not. Time to time, I will have to take the children to him so that at least they will know they have a father without the court or law, just for them to see their father. But he never appreciated that. And at the end of the day, if I take them to him, he will hold them back there. And the children will not, you know, a mother and a father figure is not the same thing. And this man does not have this relationship with his kids.
And this
There was
was
a
after
time
you
when we
guys
went to Lagos.
divorced.
Yes, when we went to Lagos, that he wanted to try to raise the dust. He went to the human rights and they asked him, can we see the picture of the kids you're talking about? He didn't have even one picture of his kids in his phone. None. He can't even show them any evidence of these are the children I am looking for, the wife. So now what's the relationship he has with these children? So these pastors I'm talking about, they play a lot of roles in marriage that is not making some people would I follow my pastor or should I do what I am pleased to do? And most of these pastors you're talking about, what they preach is not what they do. They now put their Simon in the position of those who are rich to please them, so that they will have more money or more offering or more envelope. I don't want to call this man's name. I spoke to him recently and I said, "You are a man of God. I owe you a lot of respect. But the way you are talking and the way you were going, it doesn't show a true man of God. Let's call a spade a spade. If I am wrong, call me to order. If he's wrong, speak to him and tell him this is wrong. Not you trying to cover up because of what you are getting from him. He's giving you a bag of rice and he doesn't have a cup of rice in his home. And you are happy eating the rice while me and my children are starving. To the extent the wife have to call me, Ma, thank you so much. Your husband came to visit and he brought rice for
Hmm.
Christmas. I say, Ma, congratulations. At least you have one we don't even have in the house. She said, I didn't have because I didn't ask. How can a man not know that his family needs food?
Well, he said that, or the wife said that?
The wife said that.
Can you imagine a
And I know,
woman?
yes, a woman. And I know true of it true that she will pass the message to the husband. So at the end of the day, we did the Christmas outside the house because I have to go to a member's house, me and my kids to go and feed. He gave me 3,000 naira to cook on a Christmas, December 2020, no, 2020, before I left. 3,000 naira to cook for a Christmas.
For four
It's not the
children and
right.
a husband and wife.
Not for, we are nine in number. I had some siblings, nephews,
Wow.
cousins. Sorry, I didn't even remember one. That was the time he sent his cousin to beat me up. It was not only him laying the abuse on me. His own relative came to lay hand on me because the boy said he said that he should beat me up. And lo and behold, that one happened outside the house. It was on the street. And that day, people came out in masks and dealt with the boy. They beat him to the extent that the man ran away. They told
Hmm.
him that if he doesn't have a family, we will become her family today. But thank God today the boy has come to ask for me to forgive him. He
Forgiveness.
apologized that he was deceived. Even the family, most of them are calling me that they didn't know that I am not the problem. They were thinking, they were listening to his own side of the story. But today I've moved on and I thank God for where I am. There's a lot to
Unbelievable.
talk about. There's a lot to talk about.
Honestly, it looks like we can even be here for another 2 hours, but no, we're gonna keep the time today. But unbelievable, seriously. Ben says most people who are in this situation are psychologically sick. Singles should understand what they are going into before they pick a partner. And he says he's what we call unmarriable, unmarried. So it's not a marriage
Yes.
material at all. you know Maureen says, wow, lady, how could you think so lowly of yourself to allow any man to treat you like a slave? It's also worrying how you did nothing when your 5-year-old girl complained of being served alcohol by him. And then Maureen, the other Maureen says, I hope he is very far away from you where you are for your own safety.
Very, very.
Thank God for that. Robin.
Yes.
Robin
Yes.
says, you have life. Oh, okay. I clicked on the Robin says you have life and have got rid of that toxicity of a cowardly bully of a joke of a man. The worst are those who enable them. Absolutely.
Mm, true.
Neville, thank you so much. Neville. Neville says, God bless you. And Cindy says, for anyone going through this, you don't need to endure this because it's not just about you, it's about the children's mental well being. It's a very toxic environment to raise children. And then Maureen says, did you date him at all before marrying him? No, apparently she said
Yeah.
no, they didn't date. Yeah, didn't they? Tina, darling, thanks so much for joining as well. Tina says, wow. Yeah, wow. Robin says, we all know that religion has often been used as a cover for horrible crimes. and it's largely why I am agnostic. Religion is within me and what I do, not where I go. God doesn't take attendance, He sees. Robin, here.
Mm.
I agree 1,000,000%. And I'm sure everybody agrees with what you're saying right now. Honestly, Neville says exactly. Uh, read the man of God is that definitely not a man. Whoever that man of God is in that was advising you is not a man of God, definitely. And Robin says your kids are much better without a father like that. I know because I was also one of those kids in a similar situation. Bless you, Robin. My mom even got the courage to kick out my dad and get a divorce from what I said to her. Robin, honestly, I think a lot of children, including myself, even though I didn't witness it because my parents split up when I was just 3 months old. But my
Mm.
mother used to tell me that my father used to beat her. As a matter of fact, I came early. I came in just a little bit over 8 months because he beat her so much, and then she went into labor. She fell down the stairs and went into labor
Yes, ma'am.
early. I'm glad I'm here though.
Wow.
I'm still kicking it regardless.
Sorry.
you know, but yeah,
Mhm.
it's terrible. And Cindy says 3,000 naira does not even buy a can of Coke. Tell me about it, girl. Stanley, thanks so much for joining. And Never says, wow, be a mommy for Jesus, or a mumuni. A mumu, yeah, mumu for Jesus. You remember what the pastor said? Be a mumu for Jesus. Never says, wow, be a mumu for Jesus. Oh my God, shame on them. Yes. What? He sends his cousin to beat you up? What kind of wickedness is this? And Stanley says, don't go into any relationship only cruising in the love of what, religion or something, cruising in the love courage, in the love courage. Keep your antennas on. It's true. I mean, people say love is blind. I said, girl, my love is not my love. Now we have eyes at the back of my head, even not just these eyes. I will see everywhere. There's no such thing as love is blind. If your love is still blind at this time, I'm sorry for you. you know Cindy says, I have to correct something. Religion is not Christianity, and Christianity is not religion. Christianity is a way of life, 1,000,000%. And then Never says, oh, sorry about that, Cleopatra. I'm glad you made it. Well done for your good work. Thank you, sis. Thank you. I mean, I was just saying to Gift before we started the show, I said, what doesn't kill you make you stronger? Trust me, we've all been through so many things. We've been through a lot, but you have to decide whether whatever you've gone through, are you going to be bitter and end up being a sad person as a result of it, or you're going to be a better person and inspire other people as a result of it, which is what Gift is doing now. She's a better person as a result of it, and she's inspiring other people. Honestly, I don't know what to say. But if you've been a victim, in fact, I'm gonna come back to that later. If anybody else has any comments, please feel free to put them. I'm gonna be summing up this conversation in a minute. Gift, I don't know whether you have anything else to say before I round up and everything, and I'll make my summation. But if you have anything else to say, please, this is your show. Feel free.
All right. First of all, I want to appreciate you, Ma, for this privilege to be on your platform. If it is where by election or by opportunity or whatever, I don't think it would have been my turn. But God made it to be today. And I'm so grateful. I really appreciate
Oh,
you, Ma. And I want to also apologize to everyone who is out there watching this clip that didn't know about this, that I didn't tell my story, that believed all the lies I tried to cover to clean my tears as if nothing is happening. Please, I'm healed now. I only want to voice out to save it
mm,
so. And I want to speak to everyone who is going through, or who has been through, or who is confused, or who is in a toxic environment, in abusive relationship. The time is now. You may not have the opportunity
yeah.
tomorrow. They say this life is one. If you mix it now, the children, my mom used to say, she said, if anyone dies, they cannot add another
Mm,
being to you. It's only the person that died that will be
Mm.
laid to rest. So why will I want to be a second Jesus? Why will you want to be a second to die for the world or to die for your children? Let me use someone as a reference. Osunachi's today, she's
Exactly.
gone. Her children are they are there. Who knows what they are going through? They might be giving them butter and salad or whatever. No
Who
one
plays the
can fill
mom?
that back. No one can
Mhm.
replace you. None. No matter what happened, your children will always want to say, I wish my mom is here. I wish my dad is here. Then don't even allow it to be had I known, and you want to say, you can't come back. So run for your life now. If maybe you don't want to go for a divorce, separate for some moment or so for some time to see if it will work. I am not saying that you should go and divorce if it will work
Yeah.
out. But for the meantime, save your head. You have a choice. At the time, I lost my self-confidence. At the time, I didn't know I was this beautiful. Sorry to
You
say
are.
this. I was seeing myself as the most ugliest woman in the world because he said so.
Wow.
He even said, who will even tell me how are you? Because I have 4 kids. And he can get married to the latest virgin in town. But today, I can look to the mirror and say, God is faithful. So I'm challenging every woman or every man there in an abusive relationship or going to domestic violence. Please, please, I am begging you, please. I still love you. I care about you. And I want to see you
Hmm.
alive. Live to live. I'm
Wow.
serious. Please. That I'm privileged to be alive. I don't know what our grace are not the same, but you have
Yeah.
a choice. My family were there, but they were waiting for me to take a step. They didn't want to be the one to pull me out of my marriage, so that I would not want to blame anybody tomorrow and say, you are the reason I
Mm.
left. I made up my mind myself. And the day I made up my mind, I took the action. I bear the pain. I said, enough is enough. Until today, God is faithful. Don't give up. These children want to see you alive. These children want to see you happy. My son will always say to mommy, I don't want you to come back to this, my father, again, because the happiness I'm seeing you know, I love it. Stay where you are. We will come and take care of
Wow.
you. And I believe it.
Oh.
I always believe everything they say. So please, before you round up, I want to appreciate everyone for joining. I'm a mom of 4. Reach the goal I'm aiming at, but I'm working towards it. At least I've started taking steps. I know gradually from crawling, I will start standing. From standing, I will start running and walking. But I need your support all together. I really appreciate all the messages I got today. I learned, I even penned down some things. At least no knowledge is a waste. I've heard
Yes,
some advice,
absolutely.
yes, and
Honestly,
I will keep passing this message across to everyone. So thank you so much.
thank you. I mean, you've said it already because I was going to ask you what outcome would you want this show to produce for you? What would you like to see? What do you want any assistance? I don't know. Find. I mean, looking after 4 children is not an easy task at all, especially in Nigeria at this time. If you have an account number, if anybody wants to be a blessing to you, we can drop the account number even on the chat. If anybody wants to gift you with anything to help, at least even if it's 10 naira, it's still something. You can
Yeah,
feel free. I can drop it in the chat afterwards on YouTube. I'll just drop it in the chat afterwards. People can still gift you if they want to give you anything. But let me quickly say these comments before I make my summation. Um so um yeah Cindy says, now that you are out, Oluchi, do a lot of self-love. Absolutely. Look at her glowing. She's already doing that, isn't she? Neville, heart to you too, Neville. And yeah, Maureen thanks you for sharing such an emotional story. Lara, thank you so much for joining. She says, my sister's husband used her as a punching bag. This is just a similar story of what my own sister went through. Maureen says, indeed, you are an inspiration. Please, Gift, keep sharing your story. It's a good lesson and might save the lives of some young ladies in the future. And Dikbo, thank you so much for joining. Happy birthday, Dikbo! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear Dikbo! Happy birthday to you! See, I'm giving you a shout out live now, Dikbo. Dikbo says most
Happy
pastors are
birthday.
happy birthday. Most pastors are not schooled on marriage as counselors. It's very important it's very important families do not involve the church in their home affairs unless of course God really told you to do so. Yeah, tell me about it. Lara says eventually my sister had to, I think she's gonna continue with the conversation. Cindy says I initiated my junior sister's divorce because I didn't want to be called to identify her body. She lives in the US with a man who owns a gun. Wow. Neville says, big love to you. Neville, keep sharing your story to encourage others. Maureen says, it's okay. Unbelievable. It's okay. Could you get um, could you get my number from Cleopatra and give me a call? Maureen says. Oh, Gift, I hope you're still here because it looks like you're frozen. I hope you're still here. I hope you're still
I'm
here.
here. I'm here.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. And then oh, okay. And then Maureen says, no, Dikwa says, we bless the Lord that you are able to tell your story. I don't know, there's something wrong with your screen, Gift.
I fix it
But
now.
while we're doing that,
Yes, I fix it.
okay. I'm just going to make my summation real quick because I'm looking at the time. Robin says it's a Star Wars day today. May the fourth be with you, Gifts, and your kids and you all. Thank you so much, everyone. Honestly, what an extraordinary and moving story. Gift's story is a beacon for anyone who may feel trapped, silenced, or broken. She's a living proof that your past doesn't define your future and that healing and happiness and hope are not impossible, but they are achievable. Gift has shown us today that even the deepest wounds can give birth to the brightest transformation. Her bravery reminds us that we are not defined by the battles that we faced, but the strength with which we rise from those battles. Are you still in an abusive relationship? Anyone? If you're in the chat, I know people said they've got relatives in the chat. Are you in an abusive relationship and you're afraid to speak up? Just know that there is help. Say something. This applies to both the women and the men. Yes, men also get abused. There is a link I'm going to put in the chat, but I would share that with you now here. I curated a list of um, company organizations, charitable organizations who support victims of abuse. You have in Nigeria, in South Africa, in Uganda, in the United States, in the United Kingdom. We have in Australia and in Ireland. So if you want a copy of this, just to know the organizations that you can reach out to, if you know someone who is in any of those countries and they're in an abusive situation, please reach out to me and I'll be happy to. Where's Gift? I'll be happy to
I'm here.
I'll be happy to share that. Okay, your screen went, your screen disappeared. In fact, you're still dark. I can't see you at all. Okay, there you are. That's better, much better. Okay.
Oh,
So men, if you are also in an abusive relationship, please speak out. I just want you to know that there's help out there and you're stronger than you think. You deserve peace. you know, Gift says she has peace of mind. You deserve a life that's filled with peace. You deserve a life that's filled with dignity and joy. Just take it one day at a time, but seek help. Surround yourself with love and support. And most importantly, never lose faith in your ability to start again. I was in an abusive relationship. I know I'm sharing this, here now, but I also was in an abusive relationship maritally. And I left the marriage because of that. It's a long story, but I can empathize with peace because I have been there, done that. And I will never, go go there again. God forbid. It's a long story. But if Gift's story has touched you, Oh, okay. Gift. Where is Gift? Okay, I'm sure she will come. Okay, there she is. Okay, she's back. Okay.
Sorry, it's
It's
network.
all right, darling. It's okay. If Gift's story has touched you, and I know it has, please take a moment to like this video. Show your support for people who are going through this as well. Like the video. Please share. I need people to subscribe to this channel. Please look at the kind of contents we're delivering here. Share this conversation. Subscribe, please. I need to build this channel. And to everyone watching, if something in Gift story resonates with you, please comment below us. We'll continue keep the comments coming in even after the show. And like I said, subscribe. Gift, once again, thank you so much. Just honestly, you are such an inspiration. You're such a strong woman. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for sharing your story, your courage. Honestly, your courage is magnetic. Your voice is a gift. Your name actually is really who you are. You are a gift, and your journey is a proof that healing is possible, one day and one step, one decision at a time. So, to every woman or man or child watching, you are worthy of love. You are worthy of being respected and valued. You don't deserve to be abused. You know, if this has happened to you before, please speak out. If you're in danger, seek help. Don't wait. Please, everyone, I love you all. Thank you all so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Let's see the last. Okay, there's no more comments. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, there is a few more comments, but thank you all for joining. And I hope you all have a lovely week. Remember to hit that subscribe button, right? And be bold, be kind, and most of all, be empowered. I'm going to drop Gifts account details on the chat right now for you guys. Okay, this is the account details. Please, if you're still here, I've just dropped it on the chat. You can just take a screenshot of it and just bless her, please. Just take a screenshot of it and bless her. Because I just feel, she deserves our love. Let's show her love and support. And guys, if you have any confessions or any stories that you want to share like this, please send an email to empowerlifewithcleopatra@gmail.com. Empowerlifewithcleopatra, one word, @gmail.com. I love you all so much for joining. Thank you so much, Maureen. Thank you for everyone who's joined the show. I love you all. Thank you. Have a blessed week, and it's going to be a good show next week. Mwah! Big kisses to you all. Gift, darling. Mwah! Thank you for joining. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Empower life with Cleopatra. Awaken the best version of you. Unlock your true potential. Empower your mind, body, and soul. Live with intentions, live with a purpose. Empower your dreams, make it happen today. No matter your age, rise and shine. Live boldly, live authentically. It's your time to rise and shine. Empower life with Cleopatra. Awaken the best version of you. Your journey starts today. You've got one life to live. Love yourself, be kind to others, break free and let your spirit soar. Empower life with Cleopatra will help you awaken the best version of you.